God says pay attention. He's exposing the root. Pay attention to these next few days. Pay attention to these next few weeks. Pay attention to the conversations that are being had. God is exposing the roots. Have you always wondered why you are so poor at managing money? Have you always wondered why is it that nobody in your family is married? Have you ever wondered why is it that you cannot seem to get rid of this sickness? Have you ever wondered how did you end up becoming so insecure? How did you end up becoming so broken? God says he is exposing the roots. He's not exposing the roots so that you can become angry with people. He's not exposing the roots so that you can become bitter. He's exposing the roots so then you can go in and cut them down. I had some unanswered questions as to why did I feel so low? Why did I feel so guilty for enduring for the Lord? Why did I see my suffering as such a curse? Why did I allow my suffering to tear down my self-image the way that I did? God said it was because there was a root. There was a root that was planted. The enemy was very strategic how he planted this root. He planted it in a way that would be easily disguised. He planted it in a way that would be least expected. God says there are some things or people that you have forgiven or let go of, but for some reason, it feels as though there is a piece that is missing with that situation. God is saying because you do not know the root cause yet. You cannot distinguish that root. You cannot seem to find that root. For a lot of you, you didn't even know that there were roots. These generational curses are rooted. The enemy has tried to root himself in your life, in your destiny, in your plans, but God is removing those roots. God says he is giving you the strength to pick those roots. God is saying no longer will you question how things came about. Everything is going to make sense. And I just feel so heavily in my spirit that for a lot of you, those roots are your very own family. For a lot of you, those roots were planted when your parents spoke certain things over your life, spoke certain things over your mind. You weren't wise enough to release those things. You weren't wise enough to know that it was an attack of the enemy. You entrusted these people. You believed that these people were in your life for the greater good. But God says, unbeknownst to you, there are some roots. Unbeknownst to you, there's a reason why it seems like you've been fasting and nothing is changing. You've been praying and nothing is changing. God is saying he needs to expose the roots. You're trying to fight this thing on the surface level. Whole time, there's still some roots. Whole time, as time is passing by, those roots are growing deeper and deeper. They're multiplying. But God says, as he begins to reveal these roots, he is going to give you direction and instruction on how to remove them from your life. And when you remove these roots from your life, you will see an immediate change. When you remove these roots from your life, you will feel an immediate peace. So pay attention. Take heed. In this season, God is exposing the roots.